This one I'm going to finish with a few relevant terms and to talk about postulates and theorems. So there's tangent externally, tangent circles having each circle except for the point of tangency in the exterior of the other circle. Tangents internally, when relative to circles, tangent circles having one circle except for the point of tangency in the interior of the other circle. Tangent segment, a segment of a tangent whose endpoints are an exterior point of the circle and the point of tangency. Terms of proportions, the four numbers used in the ratios of a proportion. A theorem, a statement that is proved true using known facts. So there's a difference between a theory and a theorem. Total area of a pyramid or of a prism, the sum of its lateral area and the areas of its base. Total area of polyhedron, the sum of the areas of its faces. Transformation, see geometric transformation, which means we're not going to get into that. We'll go into that last video, I think. Translation and isometry that associates the points of two figures in such a way that segments joining pairs of corresponding points are parallel and congruent. Transversal. In the diagram, T is a transversal of the lines L1 and L2. Angle 1, 2, 7, and 8 are exterior angles. Angles 3, 4, 5, and 6 are exterior angles. Angles 1 and 7, angles 2 and 8 are alternative exterior angles. Angles 3 and 5 are angles. 4 and 6 are alternate interior angles. Angles 1, 5, 2, 6, 3, 7, 4, 8 are corresponding angles. Of course, I've taken this stuff since I was like a little kid, you know. This is like dusting off the old memory bank of, you know, the definitions of particular geometric terms that I picture rather than label. So we go on to postulates, theorems, and corollaries. Postulate 1. Points postulate. A line containing at least 2 points. A plane contains at least 3 non-collinear. I fucking killed that. Let me start over. Postulate 1. Points postulate. A line contains at least 2 points. A plane contains at least 3 non-collinear points. Space contains at least 4 non-coplanar points. Line postulate. 2 points are on exactly one line. Intersecting lines theorem. If 2 lines intersect, they share exactly 1 point. Distance postulate. Corresponding to each pair of points, there is exactly one positive number called the distance from one point to the other. Ruler postulate. The points of a line can be matched with the real number so that for every point of the line, there's exactly one real number called the coordinate of the point. For every real number, there's exactly 1 point of the line. The distance from one point to another is the absolute value of the distance of the coordinates. Ruler placement postulate. Distance sum postulate. Segment midpoint theorem. Okay, ruler placement postulate is any 2 points A and B of the line AB may be matched with the real numbers so that the coordinate of A is 0 and the coordinate of B is a positive number. Which doesn't mean anything, it doesn't mean dick, it's fucking telling you what you already know. Distance sum postulate, if A, B, and C are 3 points, then A plus B plus C is greater than or equal to AC. Oh really? No fucking shit. I mean, you see what I'm saying? This is like, do you have to know the fucking distance sum postulate to know that when you have 3 points on a ruler, that the first 2 points, the line that covers the first 2 points, and the line that covers the second 2 points equals the line of the first 2 points, or the line of the second 2 points? Well, duh. So we get the segment midpoint theorem. A segment has exactly one midpoint. Well, obviously, you know, when I was talking about the distance sum postulate, it says greater than or equal to. The nuance is that, but it's the same kind of common sense idea. Congruence of segments is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. Plane postulate. 3 non-collinear points are exactly one plane. If 2 points are in a plane, the line containing the points is also in the plane. A line and a point not in the line are in exactly one plane. 2 intersection lines are in exactly one plane. If a plane and a line are not in the plane intersect, then their intersection is exactly 1 point. If 2 planes intersect, then the intersection is a line. Angle measure postulate. To each angle, there corresponds exactly one number greater than 0 and less than 180. Protractor postulate. Let point E be the endpoint of opposite rays in EB that are matched with 0 and 180. If P is a point in the plane, not in EB, and O is less than N, which is less than 180, then there is exactly one ray, EC, with C on the same side of EB as P, such that M is less than BEC equals N. Excuse me. Such that angle MBEC equals N. Unless it's a fucking typo. Well, the protracted postulate really is for protractor. Unless you have a protractor, who gives a shit? Next thing, congruence of angles. We went over that fucking shit. How much time do I got left? 4 minutes, 30 seconds? Okay. Angle measure addition postulate. Let C be any point of the interior angle AOB, then M angle AOC plus M angle COB equals M angle AOB. So it turns out it wasn't a fucking typo. My mind's everywhere. I'm thinking about fucking my messages. I'm thinking about this fucking book. I'm thinking about this fucking Illuminati and tying it into it. I gotta focus on the fucking geometry. Now, so the last one was talking about angles anyway. An angle has exactly one bisector. The supplement of right angle is a right angle. If two angles are complements of the same or congruent angles, then they are congruent. If two angles are supplements of the same or congruent angles, then they are... Man, I'm fucking telling you like fucking if 1 plus 1 equals fucking 2, then 2 equals 1 plus 1. But okay, it's fucking okay. Because that's geometry, and most of you don't even know that, right? Fucking hell, what kind of country we live in? Anyway, no offense to you people that really don't know that. You know, I know you're probably thinking, oh, I'm cocky because I'm a math genius, and I don't know about knitting. I don't know about women's female problems, you know, specifically to their organ. Well, I'm not getting, you know what I'm saying. There's some things I don't know about. No fucking shit. So I may come off as a cocky asshole because this is one of the few fucking things in the entire fucking world that I actually fucking did since a little fucking kid, but that's okay. Now, side angle side postulate. Did I go over this motherfucker last fucking video? Let's go over it again anyway. If two sides and the included angle of one triangle are congruent of two sides and the included angle of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Well, no fucking shit. Angle side angle. If two angles and the included side of one triangle are congruent to two angles and the included side of another triangle, the triangles are congruent. Well, no fucking shit. Angles, excuse me, side, the SSS postulate. If three sides of one triangle are congruent to three sides of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Well, no fucking shit. Well, you're telling me if one triangle has three... I'm not even going to get into this with you guys. I'm not even going to get into this guy. Okay, anyway. Perpendicular bisector theorem. A point is equidistant from the endpoints of a segment if and only if the perpendicular bisector of the segment. If it is in the perpendicular bisector of the segment. Two parallel lines are in exactly one plane. If I gotta tell you one more thing that fucking makes fucking obvious common fucking sense that a baby grows up knowing, I'm gonna have to slap the shit out of somebody, for real. Now, let me try to skip to something fucking complicated here. I apologize. I know some of you are just starting. All right, let's go back. Let's go back. Corresponding angle postulates, two coplanar lines, parallel postulate. I'm not going to tell you that because I'm not going to slap somebody. Two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, then corresponding angles are congruent. I guess I'll tell you that. If two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, then the alternate interior angles are congruent. Now we're getting kind of cute, so we can talk about this. If two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, then alternate exterior angles are congruent. If two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, the interior angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary. If two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, the exterior angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary. In a plane, if a line is perpendicular to one or two parallel lines, then it is perpendicular to the other. In a plane, lines perpendicular to intersecting lines also intersect. If two lines are parallel, then the lines are everywhere the same distance apart. Containing a given point, there's exactly one line perpendicular to a plane. Same thing, there's exactly one plane perpendicular to a line. Now, we go on. The sum of the angles of the triangle is 180. Slap. Okay, now, the acute angles of a right triangle are complementary. Slap. The measure of each angle of an equilateral triangle is 60. Slap, 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 slap. Equiangular triangle. Remember, equiangular, equilateral. You know what the fuck we're talking about here. Let's skip to something cute. We got 30 seconds, so let's just try to get something cute. Leg theorem. Okay. If the legs of one right triangle are congruent to the legs of another right triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Triangle inequality theory. The sum of the measures of two sides of a triangle is greater than the measure of the third side. Now, do you understand why I was bullshitting with you when I said I was doing this shit? I was doing Algebra 2 when I was in fucking kindergarten. I was in fucking preschool. Mrs. Sullivan had a stick up her old cracker ass because she couldn't do it till college, and she was getting outsmarted by the people that she was taught was inferior to her. Well, you're inferior to me, you wrinkled old leper Rockefeller stooge.